Jackpot.
Yo, homie. That my beer case?
What's it to you? You some kind of beer reviewer?
Jackpot. Welcome back to another shower beer review with none other than me, Frank. So we've had a couple episodes, went through a few beers, pretty normal beers other than those Trogs. Those were a little bit of like outliers, but other than that, pretty run-of-the-mill beers. Today's no exception. Today's a tried and true beer. Personally, my favorite is the champagne of beers, Miller High Life. Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of the Miller families. They used to have a genuine draft that I think had a Cortex bottle. I've always wanted to try that out, but I wasn't of age when that was out, so never got that opportunity, but I'm sure it would be good because all the Millers are really, 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 really solid. Miller High Life, though, this has been a classic for me. This is the only beer I drink when I go out. Typically, the only beer I drink when I'm in the house. And maybe after today, maybe we'll find out it's the only beer I will drink in the shower. Don't want to say, but who knows? So I do have a bit of a bias going into this review. I already know I like this beer on land. Can't say for in the shower, but I know that I like this on land quite a bit. So let's get into the raw beer test. I don't want to just, say it's good without knowing. Cheers. Yep. That's a Miller High Life right there. Classic taste for this drink. Honestly, all around, just super solid. I don't know, there's nothing bad I can say about this beer. Gonna go for another. Oh. This and bowling or playing darts, pretty much any of the activities that Roman would call you up to do in GTA 4, if you had a Miller High Life to go with every one of those activities, I'm telling you, you would want him to be calling you a bit more often. People wouldn't be so annoyed with him if they had a Miller High Life to accompany them with those activities. Even going to the, the carnival or whatever. We're just gonna go for 3. You can't beat it. You already know. I told you I had a bias for this. This gets a 10 out of 10. First one, I think. I'm pretty sure first one, 10 out of 10. This trumps the PBR. This is just edges off Bud Light, excuse me. But, there was no question to it. 10 out of 10. This is the beer you want to drink if you're on land. 100%. Hands down, my stamp of approval, this is the beer. Well, you know what that brings us to? The real test, the shower portion. So let's hit it. And we're back. Once again, we're back in the shower. Once again, we are back with a beer to have in the shower. Now, as I told you guys earlier, this is my all-time favorite beer. I kind of have a feeling where this one will go, but I can't judge a beer off its can. Trademark that. You can't judge a beer off its can. Good catch on. Alright, Anyway, let's just get right into it. You know, some beers do that. What are you going to do? It's not going to deter me. Cheers. Ooh. Ooh. Now that hits. That really, really, really hits. This is a first for this channel. On land, this beer is a 10 out of 10. For me personally, best beer you could have. Best bang for your buck too. If we're going back to the whole PBR kind of like ordeal, you could get like, again, like 30 of these for about $20-ish. So, taste, price, 10 out of 10. On land, 10 out of 10. In the shower, 5 out of 5. You know what? No. Scratch that. First one. 6 out of 5 beer cans. I make the scale so I can do what I want. You know what I mean? This is number 1. This beats out the Bud Light easily. This beats out the PBR by a long shot. Trogs, let's not even really get into those. Whatever about the Dream Wheat. I'm dreaming of having a Miller High Life, brother. Take another one. For the road. Folks, as I said, this is it. When you ask me, and you want me to be frank with you, Miller High Life's the beer to go to on land and in the shower. I just feel as though you can't get any better. It's really like, you know, not that heavy. It has a good taste. As I said, you know, if we're talking in this economy, price efficiency, Miller High Life is a pretty good bet. So, as I said, 10 out of 10 on land, 6 out of 5 in the shower. What can I say, folks? Well, I knew it would happen. When we got to the Miller High Life, I had a feeling that this would just absolutely knock it out of the park in both on land and in the shower here. What can I say? As I said earlier, I do have a bias to it. It's my personal favorite beer, one that I always drink when I go out and sometimes when I'm in. Most of the time when I'm in. But, like I said, everybody's gonna have their own favorite. So, you know, this is where a little bit of my bias comes into it. And why not treat myself to a Miller High Life early on in the series? There's not much to say about it. Like I said, it's the best. It's the best beer that you could have really anywhere. We proved that today on land and in the shower. But because I got my best beer out of the way, my favorite beer out of the way, some of you guys have been putting beers in the comments down below. Starting next week, we have a little bit of a special Christmas holiday kind of episode planned out. We're going to do that. Following that, I'm taking your suggestions. I have 2 beers that people have recommended me already. I'm going to be reviewing them next. If you have a beer that you want to see me review, comment it. Comment any drink. I might consider it. I don't know. We might find out that like certain drinks are good in the shower. Might kind of detract away from the beer kind of part of it. But hey, you know, let's see. Now we come to my favorite part. What movie do you watch? And what music do you listen to? Let's go about the movie. Good Time. Good Time. The Softy Bros' first like big movie that they came out with. This one rocks. So good. It's got a killer soundtrack. Only Tricks Point Never? I'm saying his name right. Great soundtrack. Awesome acting. Robert Pattinson, awesome in the movie. Super high anxiety-inducing movie, but combat that with a few of these guys, and you know, maybe you're not stressing out so much. Maybe you're like, damn, this movie rules. This movie's sick, and it is. So, good time. Watch it. Miller High Life, good time. What do you listen to? Huh? What do you listen to? The OC's Floating Coffin. Awesome record. They go by just OC's now. But, man, when this album came out, it was so sick. 2012, I want to say, came out. Awesome record to just, like, you know, at the time, skate around to and everything, get up to no good, you know? But it was a perfect record to do it to. Listening to it now, you know, it's just like, sometimes it's just like, it's summer in your headphones is what I feel like. It's cruising down a nice hill on a skateboard, and it's 85 degrees out and sunny. I don't know. It's good music, and especially with like Miller High Life, I feel like it's pretty appropriate. Pound a few of these, listen to the OC's Floating Coffin. You won't regret it. So, thank you guys for joining me for another beer review. You know, the reception for these have been great. I'm going to keep them coming. Stay tuned. Christmas is right around the corner. Or happy holidays, but, you know, we're going to be doing something like Christmas Eve, you know. So, see you in that one. Bye.